Switch on the recording, by the way. It's almost 8 o'clock. And yeah, it depends on case to case, Parmesh. There's no hardcore formula that if you have long text in photography along with your picture, your photograph is going to become viral. Not really necessary. At times, sometimes it's the context within the photograph that can be so amazing that people will share it without any caption at all. Sometimes you need a caption, a long caption and a story to be able to sell that photograph to somebody. So different pictures, different strategies is something we have to see it from case to case basis, right? Yeah, it has to be case to case basis, Parmesh. There cannot be just one formula that hey, I don't write text or I only write text. One good example of that would be this guy Abhiyan. Now check his Instagram out. I follow this guy and really he's become viral in the last couple of years. You might know him as well. In terms of captions, he writes really nice captions. Okay, I'm going to start with the session, guys, if you don't mind. I was we were just discussing some questions so far, since we had time, and now the class has started, so it's time for us to start the session. I'm going to first revise and tell you what we did in previous session. We discussed Facebook page insights. I told you about metrics, the basic metrics of Facebook, including what is reach, what are impressions, what are engagement, what is engagement rate. How do we figure out the most important metrics for our brand? What are impact metrics? What are vanity metrics? How can we download the metrics from Facebook page? This was the core part of the discussion. And we also discussed in the end a little bit about videos. We are going to continue with the video part, so today is going to be all about videos and about your assignment for this week, which is how to create a content plan and start publishing posts on your Facebook page. And then finally your business manager and Facebook ads. What can we learn from Facebook Business Manager? Who needs a Facebook Business Manager? And what type of audiences can we put in Facebook? So that's the agenda for today. I'm going to start off with videos, which is my favorite part. Is everyone ready for today's session? I want a loud yes. Yes. Okay. All right. That's a very enthusiastic, cool yes. I'm going to switch off my webcam so that you guys can focus more on the presentation, I think. And I'm going to switch to the part where we were discussing the previous video. Does everyone remember the awesome video we watched at the end of last class, day before yesterday? The Ixigo video. I asked you what did you feel, and a lot of you felt excited. You wanted to travel, you wanted to visit those beaches. Yeah, that's a good way of viewing a video without any bias, without any metrics involved that here there is a compulsion to share this or what is the philosophy behind it. The most pure form of consuming any content is like a child and be able to feel the main crux of the matter. That's why that was the most important question. Yeah, but when we are marketers, the point of a video, the point of a GIF or any exercise in digital changes, it is all linked to some kind of objective. And with this post we said the objective was to reach out to new audiences which don't know about Ixigo, audiences which are at the top of the funnel or in the middle of the funnel, also people who are aware of Ixigo, even they might want to see this ad or video. And what did I say? So yeah, that's the objective. Coming to the audience, let's study the second part of creating the story, which is if I have to do a paid ad campaign for this. All right, I have a budget of, let's say, 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees, and now I want to on Facebook do the ads. Which kind of audiences should I be selecting? I can target people in various ways on Facebook. I need you to think carefully about what are the various ways in which we can target people. Okay, so solo travelers, beach lovers, nature lovers, bloggers, photographers, tourists, families, these are all people planning for holidays or explorers, very valid audiences. Great. Water sport lovers, that's a new type of audience. Jinisha says honeymoon. Oh yes. I love all these creative discussions in the class when it comes to figuring out what is the audience for a particular post or ad. Parmesh, people googling about vacations, stressed out people, travelers. Hey, amazing examples there. Stressed out people, people who are displaying signs of being in stress, people who follow or like pages related to stress relief. We can target those people. Amazing. So we have at least, I think, if I summarize, 10 different types of audiences. So first of all, there's no one type of audience that a particular post like this would appeal to. It's a more top of the the more top of the funnel in fact we go, the more varied our audiences can be. The more bottom of the funnel I go, the more specific my audiences will become. I will become restricted by the kind of audiences that I have. So let's say if Ixico was targeting only people who it wants to make them, let's say, download the app or make a purchase, then I don't think we will be targeting all of these people with the equal amount of budget. First we will test it out, then we'll see which kind of audiences are reacting best to our ad, and then we will narrow down only on those few audiences. So this is the philosophy of Facebook ads and storytelling in general. Consider all these different types of audiences, and for each of these audiences, let's say if I make a follow-up campaign, do you think I can have a small video clip or some element in my video which can connect even better with all of these audiences? Do you think my ad will perform better, or my caption, or this entire video, it will do better if I have some kind of connect with this? Hannah, let's say I just simply I have to, in fact I can use the same video and customize it to different audiences by simply changing the caption on all of my ads. And why I'm saying ads is because, see, at the end of the day, it's a story only. Your ad has to be a great story to be able to perform well. So let's say I take this video and I want to show it to all the audiences. I'm just going to change the caption. So 11 unusual beaches on earth which every couple must visit. or and then I can keep changing it. 11 unusual beaches on earth which every photographer has to see, or 11 unusual beaches on earth which you have to visit with your family and make your parents see also. You see where I'm going? Why knowing your audiences is important? So which every boss must also visit. Yes, Vaibhav. uh, awesome. So bosses are, I think you're targeting the people in stress category, right? um, all right, so going to now the specific about this. Okay, fine, we have our audiences and we know what are we doing with this. Now I want to know, how did we make this video, and how as a social media marketer I must keep things in mind while making videos. If you remember this video, can you all point out design wise certain things which were very peculiar, or which made you, let's say, stick till the end? I'm not saying this is the best video ever that you will see. Of course, there are a lot of faults in it. Even I can point out and we can improve upon this video, but I'm just saying all the best parts about it. What are some of the takeaways in terms of design of this information? How have they crafted the entire video of 1 minute, whatever, 20 seconds? So one of the most important things which Webhub has pointed out, and which Samarth also is showing is, and also I think Janisha also mentioned, is the connecting using the map. And Abhinav also says that. So yeah, the connection using the map is the most important element of storytelling here. So every story, whether it is this video or Zomato's video or Flipkart's video or something else, always is a journey. And in this video they are blessed with the whole point that it's a travel video. It is of course about journey. So they have taken that basic element of the map and gone from one direction to the other, so it adds some kind of perspective to the user. Very important in every video. How can you visually give them perspective of place and time? So either they are going to, so in addition, by the way, to using that map, they have also captioned each of the beaches, if you all remember. What was it, the shell beach in so and so country, the black sand beach in so and so country. So you have to give some kind of context to user. Where are we? Like, time doesn't matter really over here, but there are, yes, some stories where even time matters. So you have to say 12 p.m. this is what happened, then 5 p.m. this is what happened. So always lay those clues for the user, otherwise they will always be confused. What else? There were some other points which were there. Background music, Shruti had said, absolutely killer element. How would you describe the music in this video? If there was one word in which you had to describe the music in this video, very peppy, right, Divya? So and it was peppy, relaxing. It didn't have a big what can you say, nowadays in the music you have something called the drop. Yes, there wasn't actually any drop over here. It was just one very steady rhythm going on for almost a minute. So all the beaches were given equal importance, and your feeling remained constant of like this positive chill vibe, as Parmesh just mentioned. They could have also done something else to make this even more exciting, which is in fact actually they did. Do you remember, from one video, from one location to the other, there is this sound like the moment when they're going by the line on the map, it says shh, like something like this. I'm just doing a very bad impression of it, but that's the plane taking off, or you can also say that's also kind of like a drop in the music. Whenever we introduce these kind of elements in our sound, it helps the user uh, whatever differentiate between these 11 elements, let's say 11 scenes in my video. So sorry if I said there is no drop. Actually, remembering back, there is a drop, because drop is very very important in music. People, even if you don't show them the visuals, and if you just make people hear a video, they would really appreciate it, and they will be able to figure out what is this video about, or at least get the vibes of that video, which is very important. When I asked you the first thing, what did you feel about the video, 90% of it comes from this music, or at least 70% of it comes from the music. If you have a really amazing visuals but a shitty music or sound, background sound is not awesome, then there's no point of that video, then it is going to fail 100%. So background music very important, my connection in the journey very important. What else? If you notice, okay, I'm just going to first of all see some of the other points. What other points were discussed? The different color of the beaches was something which was eye-catching, Divya. I agree with you. The bold fonts, yeah, not the best choice of fonts, Weber, I feel. I think there are better fonts out there. But yes, you can say fonts at least are important, in the sense they convey something to the user. If I really wanted to give the chill vibe, I would use which kind of font? These are bold capital headline fonts. There is something else which I should be using to make people chill out. Cursive, curvy fonts. Parmesh, Anila, you guys are designers. Please tell me. Or at least in the creative domain. Yes? Okay. That's exactly what I want actually the entire class to understand. The importance of these fonts. If I want to make people feel this chill vibe, curvy cursive fonts are awesome. If I want to really impact them with a headline that, don't give up, then this bold font which you see on your screen is awesome. If I want people to read through a long text, my font will change, etc etc. So another point just for everyone here in the class, please concentrate on fonts. The entire, in fact, design is important. So don't think that just because you're doing social media, being creative, and forgetting what is design is going to pass you. No, you're not. You are expected to know all these things. What else? La la la. The video is just 1 minute, or just over 1 minute. Very important for all videos on the internet. In fact, let me go to the presentation for this week 2. There's a slide where I have, or at least where the syllabus has discussed more about the videos, and which is not just for this video but tips for all the videos. So create share worthy content. Yes, I agree, this was share worthy content. Videos can be uploaded directly to Facebook against YouTube. Why would you do that is the question. So there's a pro and con to both of the things. When I upload a video to Facebook, we have to know, guys, Facebook counts a video view within 3 seconds. Okay, so if somebody's seen a video for 3 seconds, it's counted as video view. On YouTube, video view is counted as nearly 30 seconds. It's not defined as such. For shorter videos it can be less, but in general it's going to be 30 seconds as a video view. So first thing, if I'm uploading stuff on Facebook, I'm going to get more number of views. Second, I'm going to get the views faster on Facebook compared to YouTube, because on Facebook people are already on Facebook, right? If I share something on Facebook, it is, people don't have to click on a link, go to YouTube and then watch it. People can stay on Facebook and watch it and be happy. In fact, the very interface of a video uploaded to Facebook is much more viewing worthy rather than on YouTube. If I watch a YouTube video on Facebook compared to a Facebook video on Facebook, which would you rather prefer, guys? You got my question? The Facebook video, right? The viewing window is much more aesthetically, let's say, viewing worthy on Facebook than the YouTube video on Facebook. So that but there is a disadvantage to uploading videos to Facebook. Let me tell you that also. What is the disadvantage? Disadvantage is that videos are basically posts on Facebook, just like memes and text and pictures, which means that after some days that video is going to stop getting views. Okay, so whatever initial traction you will get, it's going to help you prolong the life of that video, but after a point that video is going to die. The number of views on that video is going to die. But that's not the case on YouTube. On YouTube, the video stays alive for much longer. In fact, if your video does well on YouTube, YouTube itself will pick it up and start showing it as suggestions to people, and over a period of time the views keep increasing. In fact, later on, if it gets picked up by some other channel, or let's say somebody reshares it on their website, then that also can become a source of video views for your YouTube video. So that's something. So for yeah, these are the two reasons why, some of the things you should be considering when uploading to Facebook, YouTube. Another thing which I can think of why you should be uploading to Facebook is, especially top of the funnel videos should be shared on Facebook. What kind of videos are top of the funnel? What is the very important characteristic of top of the funnel videos, guys? If I have to create a video for awareness or for very short engagement, what time? Web have just picked it up like that. I was coming to time only, Web. So top of the funnel, I cannot create a 1 hour long video. I cannot hope to create 30-minute long video and then expect people to keep watching it. On Facebook, I'm usually going to watch a video for, let's say, 1 minute or less, or maybe 30 seconds. 2 minute भी बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया ना अमिता. So in fact 2 minutes starts to qualify as medium form video. So there's short form video, there's medium form, and then there's long form. It's the same philosophy which applies to blogs as well, or any piece of content. The amount of time it takes people to go through a story classifies that content as short form, medium form, and long form. Usually short form is anywhere up to 1 minute, and that's what is needed for top of the funnel. So people love watching these short form videos on Instagram and Facebook. In fact, these two platforms are made for that. And same goes for Snapchat and Twitter as well. But if I told you, hey, you know what, I have this half an hour long video, would you watch it on Facebook or on YouTube? Just experience wise, or for whatever reason, your preference. YouTube. Wow, most of you just said YouTube, which confirms to what I was hoping would be the answer. Okay, so yeah, that's also the observation. Long form videos are generally going to do well on YouTube. Short form videos do generally better on Facebook. So yeah, those are a lot of points. You need to remember them. I am just going to now move to the next point. This, I think we just discussed this entire point. Choose an engaging thumbnail. So whether you are on Facebook or on YouTube, or you upload it to Vimeo or any other video platform, thumbnail is going to determine a very big percentage of how many people are going to click on that video and view it. You can have an amazing video, you can have an amazing sound, or you confirm to all the things we have discussed so far, but if you don't do well with your thumbnail, if it's not appealing, if it doesn't stand out, it's not even about you, it's about competition. Actually, that's what you have to really understand. It's not about how amazing a thumbnail you created which represents your video, it's about the amazing thumbnails which other people are creating, which is going to grab people's attention and not yours. So if you don't have, let's say, blood on your thumbnail, or if you don't have this amazing scenic setting in your thumbnail, or if you don't have food, or if you're not putting the headline of your video, or some amazing crazy expression which somebody has, then you are losing out because other people are doing it. So I'm not saying go over the top and create fake news, I'm just saying test things out which will give competition to other people. Cool. Is everyone clear what is thumbnail? Just to be sure, huh? Because there might be some people who might be confused what is thumbnail in the first place. पता है ना? Okay, the thumbnail का सिर्फ just to give you an example, I just need to open my YouTube and it's full of thumbnail, right? That's the first thing I'm going to see. So by default, thumbnails can be anything. Like this picture of Lucky Ali does really amazing job at making me click on this one. Cristiano Ronaldo, thank you. uh, what else? I love this thumbnail, huh, by the way. There's this Egyptian song, you can view it later, but I'm just saying this thumbnail somehow just, I don't know, every friend that I've shown this video to, they always fell over this song because it had an amazing thumbnail. And not just thumbnail, by the way, if you have podcasts or just sound, that thumbnail stays with you for the entire duration of 2 to 3 minutes and it becomes your cover for that thing. So choose those images very carefully. There's another channel which I want you guys to discover. By the way, if you want to hear this amazing song, really recommend it. Um, there you go. It's an Egyptian underground music. And there's one more. This guy does some amazing job nowadays. Oh wow, he started with 16,000 subscribers, guys. It was just last month he had 16,000 subscribers and he has 100,000 subscribers now. So this is going viral nowadays is what I feel, this thing. And a big reason of why he's doing well is because he does something very simple. He just creates, he says, oh shit, battery is running out. Give me just 1 second, I'll turn on the battery. Okay, so what this guy is doing, he's selecting some really cool pictures as his thumbnails and combining it with some amazing underground songs which are not very popular, but are, you know, something like, I don't know if you heard Cigarettes After Sex, the soft pop kind of music. So yeah, this guy does that and people are head over heels and they just start liking his music. And um, yeah, they are coming to Mumbai, Janisha. I hope you have registered for that free ticket. I have also registered. Let's hope I get it. Okay, so yeah, just giving you an example of what thumbnails can do for different audiences. Of course, like if I change the genre of my um, this thing, I will see different kinds of thumbnails. In fact, just let me see, is there some kind of thumbnail which is amazing? Hmm, depends. I think all of the channels have their own styles of thumbnails. I'm not going to judge anyone, but yeah, there are some classics which maybe we can combine. It's all in your YouTube, man. Let's not waste more time on this. Let's move to the next topic. um, Capture the attention in the first few seconds because people just don't have time. It's a very basic principle of all videos, whether it's a slideshow that you're creating or whatever. The first frame, the first few frames, the first sound of something really sets the expectation of people, and do your best to capture that attention. Again, so after the thumbnail, this is again a continuation of the same philosophy. You need to compete with other people, prove your worth. Why should somebody invest his 1 minute of life into watching your video? Ensure your video is engaging even when people play it on mute, so which means that you need to have captions. So if you have an interview in that, if somebody's speaking, if you think it's a song which people need to know the lyrics to, then please include the captions so that people are engaged when they are playing it on mute. Because please remember, the viewing habit of people is to view it in trains, when they're sleeping, when they just got up, when they're in meeting, and even sometimes during classes like this, right? So again, I can't see exactly what you're doing with your phone right now, but I'm assuming some of you might be playing videos in mute. So again, just stressing back on that point. um, if your video requires sound, so yeah, there can be some special cases where people do need sound, which means you have a music video. There's no point of the music video without the music. So you can ask in the first frame itself, hey, for optimal experience, please put on headphones or something like that. Square videos, again, in trend now. Can somebody tell me why is this a trend? Why do we need vertical or square videos? Guys and gals, why do we need square and vertical? Yeah, because the bigger the object, the more attention it draws. Very basic, simple principle of design. So yeah, the more attention I need, the bigger the size of my vertical or square video. Bhargavi, is that his own images or downloaded into Google, sir? Which one? I'm not sure what your question is, Bhargavi. Which? I'm not quite sure what is the context of your question. You're saying for the thumbnail? See, it has to be copyright free, because if somebody makes a copyright claim, you don't want your brand to suffer, right? I already explained to you in week 1 how you can get copyright free material. So just summarizing again some few more points about videos that we all need to know. For top of the funnel videos, to make them viral, keep it short. It doesn't mean that long form videos cannot become viral. For example, the movie Andaz Apna Apna Hai or Lagan or any of these movies, blockbuster movies, they also become viral. But the likelihood is much less compared to short videos. 6-second videos, 10-second videos, 30-second videos are much more likely to be viral content rather than 3-hour long movies. Hit the core emotions like funny or fear. If you make, I don't know how many of you have seen this ad very recently, just want to show you. When it's talking about viral videos, this is something latest trending. I think it was BMW AI versus Ghost. How many of you have seen this? I'm going to make everyone watch this because it's a amazing viral video which kind of justifies what I'm saying. Let's play this video. Okay, I hope you all agree that this confirms to all the things which we just discussed. It's a short video, 1 minute video, and it has music, very important, light music which is ghostly. um, it plays on your core emotion of fear of ghosts. Yes. And then you go a little over the top. So when I say make it extreme, this is what I meant. Go a little over the top, like do something which people won't think, right? So there's a car which stops in the middle of the jungle, there's a ghost in front of you, and then it opens the door and you don't find anyone inside. In fact, the ghost runs away. This is something which none of us expected in that video. So make it extreme. Think like a comedy sketch writer. Time the release of this video. So I'm not really sure about this particular video, what was the philosophy behind releasing it right now, but usually, for example, that Surf Excel ad was released around Holi, or some amazing campaigns have been done around Women's Day and Diwali and New Year's, etc., etc. So time the release. Watch the channels of release. It's not necessary that every campaign is going to be viral just because you launched it on social media. You can also do a TV advertisement first, make sure that it's seen by a lot of people, and then do the social media release, or the vice versa. You can test out 5 different small short videos on social media, see which goes viral, and then put it on TV. In fact, that's one strategy which a lot of brands are doing. Do you agree to this mindset? TV ads cost sometimes crores of rupees, especially in the most high, what can we say, in IPL like slots. So instead of investing all your money and then releasing it on the TV, first release it on social media, see how it does, all these 5 different ads, and then the best one gets released on TV. Same can be, for example, watch the channels of release. In the US, there's something called the Super Bowl which happens every year. So the ads which are released on the Super Bowl get maximum number of views. And in fact, if you do well during the Super Bowl, that ad can become viral later on also, just because it was at the Super Bowl. So that's one instance where the channel of release is more important than the video itself, because people are interested. Yeah, he's investing so much of money into a Super Bowl ad. Wow, this must be something amazing. um, what else? Feedback loops. Yeah, this is something which not many people think about, but now you know. We all remember our audiences, right, which we were discussing about the video. It was not just for nothing that we discussed them, but let's say our Ixigo video has its own feedback loops. The first one is travelers. Okay, so this is a core set of people, and then you have some of those travelers can also have families, which increases your circle. And then some of those travelers can be photographers, and some of those travelers can be under stress and may have a family, so there's a concurrent circle happening over here. And then some travelers, what are the other characteristics? They can be honeymoon couples, so let's say that's also a part of this. So I'm not saying you have to draw this exactly like this, but I'm just saying that knowing that you have multiple audiences and some of them are going to overlap with each other is a very powerful thing, so that when I do the targeting, I can target specifically, okay, people who are travelers, who are looking to travel, who have a family, who are preferably in the honeymoon slot and are also stressed out in life, and maybe some of them are photographers. If I combine all of these audiences together into one lethal ad set and target them with all the money I have in the world, I am going to achieve some kind of amazing feedback loop. Like, I'm going to really hit the core of my audience. That's what I feel. And then these people are most likely to share this as well. So the more feedback loops I have, the more loops I can create, the more audiences I can reach out to, the more chances my video will go viral. But the last point about this virality and all is that it's still a game of probability. No matter how many check boxes I have, that I kept it short, I made a great music, I made great thumbnail, I timed it properly, uh, I had awesome audiences, but still some videos will fail. I will have to make them again. I will think of different concepts. There's no 100% in making something viral. Sometimes, as our in the social media world, we will not sometimes, I think we hear this all the time. Bosses and clients come to us and, just make a viral video for me, please. That is a very pressurizing situation, but don't get pressurized, because as I said, it's a game of probability. You have to make your client and boss understand that every video that you create cannot be a viral video. Ravi says loops is common audience, right? Yeah, which means that, if I show my video to, let's say I targeted this audience, yes, and just because this audience has a slight overlap with this, so there's a loop which is going to happen. Now some people here also shared it with their circle, and because they shared it with this circle, now my video starts going viral in this circle. And then after a point, I don't know why, but this circle also started getting more shares, because some people here started sharing with their demographic. This is loops. So the domino effect is basically what I'm talking about. It's not 100% accurate to predict, but you can at least make an effort to plan it out. Okay, so that's the video lecture. That's also something called live videos. So not all videos are just going to be recorded. There's some things which we can do live as well, and live videos get more engagement than anything else. And you can do live videos using two ways. One is either you just pick up your phone and go to the post option, you will get the go live button. You can use your front or back camera, whichever you want, to screen some things. You can also screen things using your laptop. One thing you should know about screening things on your laptop is that if I go live using my desktop, I can either give access to my camera, or I can connect to a feed which is coming from multiple cameras, or a production house, or a satellite, or from, let's say, a software which is running old videos as live. So all the programmed content that you see which goes under the banner of live can be shown using this software. Not software, actually, it's just a plugin of your Facebook itself. You just have to match the stream key and the server URL, and yeah, you are good to go. It's a little technical in the sense you need to have access to the right software, but this is how you do it. How can I get to this screen, Parmar? Mr. Parmesh, sorry. You go to the live option. I'll just show you again. Go to your live video. The moment you do live video, you can either switch on your camera or you can connect the stream to the live API and you get the stream key over here. Okay. Can I do this streaming on my phone? No, I think you need the desktop version for this. On phone, it directly goes to your this thing, phone camera. So that's that. What are the contents that we can show on live, says Mayank. Mayank, these are the contents you can show on live. You can show basically anything. It can be a product launch, it can be a Q&A session, it can be an interview, it can be a event which is going on, it can be award shows, it can be dance competitions, it can be a tourist attraction, it can be anything, man. Like just something which interests people, which has a storyline, which so I'm not going to give you the examples of live videos because this is something which you have to just see on your own. All the time there are live videos happening nowadays. In fact, all your cricket matches, all your televised content, in the sense, hey, I am so and so, I'm standing in the war zone, I'm live from wherever, it's all live TV, right? Uh, so it can be on TV, it can be on phone, it can be on desktop. But there's some things about being live, the very concept of being live, which click with people, and why they click you need to understand in order to be able to produce a great live video. The most important thing for the live video is for somebody to be a host and to connect with the audience. So in this live video which is going on, guys, you could have watched this recording at home also, but 20 of you made the effort of actually coming to the class. Why? I just want to know, like, basically just like, why are you here? You could have seen this later on also. This recording is available in your LMS. For the interaction part, Parmesh, Mank. For doubts clearing for Abhinav, Hannah. Like even I enjoy it, man. Like I wouldn't give this kind of session if there was nobody in the class. I won't be able to do that. So yeah, we have to establish some kind of connect with each other. Like for example, I know Abhinav and Swarn, both of these people ask a lot of questions. In fact, Swarn was almost awarded the best question asking person last session. uh, so is the case with a lot of other people here, but I'm just taking some examples. We need a connect, we need a core story to our live videos. We cannot just open the camera and start screening stuff. We need to already figure out, okay, if it's going to be a half an hour live session or 1 hour live session, I'm going to do what are the various scenes around me that I need to show to people. Is it somebody painting? Is it somebody talking? Do I need to point my camera to the door when somebody is going to make an entrance? Do I need to, this basic production you have to already figure out. If you're going to do this while you are doing the live, okay, now I just saw something, let me just rotate my camera and show you this, and then you're going to look like a squirrel. People don't like squirrels, in a sense. People don't like the camera being shaken every 2 minutes just because you saw something new. You have to give people time to appreciate what's going on the screen, consume that, digest that, and be able to enjoy that. Then only the story can progress in a smooth manner, which means you concentrate on one subject at a time. So if I have planned my moments of release, that I know that after 15 minutes the judge is going to make an entrance, I know that after 10 minutes this person is going to cut the ribbon, then I program my content accordingly. So I concentrate on one subject at a time. Length of a live video can be average between 15 to 45 minutes. It can even be longer depending on how engaging my content is. So live video basically goes in your long form kind of content. Establish and repeat your call to actions. So every live video, to keep the audience engaged, we need some kind of call to actions. Can you tell me what are some of the call to actions in this class? I also use certain call to actions to make sure that, okay, the most important thing I do is ask questions of you guys, right? Like right now. Yes. I ask you to do the assignments. Absolutely. Very, very important. And we do the Q&A round at the end of the session as well. And I share what do you call, the feedback link at the end of the session. Yes. Okay, awesome. And in the beginning of the class also, by the way, if you remember, I do this thing called review of previous session. So just for 1 minute, we do the recap as well. Very important couple of things which are part of my drill, which at least I hope help the class. Then you have the microphone, should be awesome. Now this is somewhere where I have been told we are having certain problems, so we'll try and resolve that. A strong network connection we need, if possible always a Wi-Fi with high Mbps per second. And if you are using live camera in the field, then you need a gimbal or a camera stabilizer. If your job depends on it, if you're going to do again and again live videos, then better buy a 7 to 8,000 rupees or 14,000 rupee Osmo for the phone, or a stabilizer if you're using a DSLR. It'll make your life a lot more easier, especially if you're walking and all the time there's a shake. People hate that shake, so you can negate that using these gimbals and camera stabilizers. One word of advice, just to make your life simple and cheaper, go for an iPhone. If you're doing this kind of thing, automatically iPhones are programmed to negate the walking footsteps shake. You will see that if you walk with an iPhone in your hand and if you walk with any other phone in your hand, the amount of shake that iPhone shows in the final video is much less than any other phone. So it has an inbuilt gimbal. Just some money saving tips, although iPhone is very expensive again, so I think that kind of just negates this point. But yeah, if you can just borrow it, that's also awesome, which is what I do. Cool. So you have videos, you have live videos, and now going forward you have even 360-degree pictures and videos. I'm not going to discuss how you make these 360-degree pictures and videos because we're kind of short of time. We've almost spent 1 hour on the video section, but yeah, it's out there, this technology. You can use the GoPro cameras, you can use Samsung Gear 360 and also iPhones to produce 360-degree images and videos. The whole point is it's a little expensive at this point of time to create 360-degree videos. Therefore, you don't see every brand experimenting with it. Only very select brands, the top brands, have been able to do it, or the top photographers. But doesn't mean that you shouldn't try it out. You can, if you can find your hands on any of this stuff. At least create 360-degree pictures using iPhone and Samsung phones if you can. Try out these kind of things. All I want to say is that keep an eye out for that, keep trying them out. Story is the core crux of always what we are doing. Even 50 years down the line, that will remain the most important thing, but mediums can change. So today we are talking about live videos, 360-degree videos. Tomorrow we'll be talking about virtual reality and about augmented reality. And social media is going to keep inculcating these new technologies which engage people. And as marketers, it's our responsibility to be that one step ahead of the competition using these. Right now they're calling it gimmicks, but after a point it's just going to become very normal to be able to see things in 360-degree. So yeah guys, that's it. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you all enjoyed it. You all enjoyed the session so far? It's 8:55. We've discussed a lot about videos, whatever I felt is important with respect to video making in social media, which is the in thing, which is like I think 50% of your content on social media should be videos. So cool. If you have doubts, bring it to me at the end of the session. Now, for the next half an hour, I'm going to do the assignment with you. So let's go to week 2 assignment, see what that is about, and let's see if I can explain in the best way possible how to do that assignment. So, this content of course is out there in your LMS, the presentation and the video recording later on, which you can download. You can take up the quiz, and then you have the 7 steps of this assignment. It says create an effective Facebook marketing strategy. So we're going to go step by step. There are some things which you really need to understand. The most important out of that things is that whatever we are doing here is not just restricted to Facebook. It is applicable to Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn and your Pinterest and everywhere else on social media, including your Tumblr and WhatsApp and YouTube. Because all these video strategies, video is universal, so is all the types of content, and the strategy you draw up, like in terms of a content plan that I'm going to discuss with you, or how I think about my audience, is all platform agnostic. Keep that in mind. Don't just think of this as a Facebook marketing assignment, think of this as a social media marketing assignment. There's somebody's mic which is on. Okay, I just switched off everyone's mic. So let's go. First thing is you want to download the template for the assignment. So you download the template with this link. A Word document comes into my frame. So what is it? By the way, how many of you have been able to do the first assignment? This is assignment number 2, which means create brand awareness strategy on Facebook. How many were able to do the first assignment? It was very simple. We also discussed that in the class, which was create your Facebook page. Does everyone have a Facebook page now? Okay, awesome. So first assignment mostly is very easy, except for the last part which Digital Vidya has now introduced, which is get 100 likes, which means the fastest way of doing that is invite all your friends. I'm honestly telling you, that's the fastest way of getting 100 likes. Invite all your friends. Cool. So fill in your basic information and put in the blog URL. Describe the Facebook marketing objectives, list down your competition. So define your Facebook marketing strategy, which means what is your objective? Am I here to strengthen my brand? Am I here to drive engagement? Am I here to drive customer service? Am I here to drive referral traffic? Or am I here to do lead generation and drive sales? So for e-commerce brands, usually it's just going to be drive leads and sales. most important. uh, then you have the strength and brand engagement. So 90% of the brands are just going to focus on this also. You want to strengthen the brand. That's what social media is for. The storytelling that we are doing is to get engagement and to drive awareness. Some brands also use social media as customer service platform. Again, e-commerce companies really rely on social media as customer service platform. And of course, no matter what business you are, uh, you are always going to hope that you will get some kind of traffic to your website or blog. Depending on what your objective is, you are going to fill your content strategy with that much more amount of content. So let's say if my objective is to always drive traffic to my blog or website, I'm going to put the URL of my website in every post caption that I publish on Facebook. Or if my objective is to generate leads and drive sales, uh, do I need to even share posts on my Facebook, guys? Is there a way for me to drive leads and generate sales on my website without even sharing one post on Facebook? Is it possible? Okay, people are a little apprehensive. Yeah, ads, Himanshu. Yes. It is possible for me to generate leads and sales without even sharing anything. Divya says, if I don't want to promote my blog on Facebook and just keep it on Insta, then do that, Divya. However, for the purpose of this assignment, you'll have to pick up some other case study then. Okay, but you do need to do this assignment one way or the other. So yeah, there is a way for that. We can either do Google ads or even Facebook ads, guys, and those are called dark posts, where basically that post is only going to be shown to the audience you are targeting. It does not show up to anyone who comes on your page. Your page is going to look blank, but the post goes in the timeline of those people who have been targeted. uh, I'm not getting it, Minakshi. So for example, if I go to my Facebook, let's see, like this ad, okay, workplace by Facebook helps co-workers connect to share ideas unlimited. This is an ad. This is showing in my timeline and I have been targeted for some reason. If I go to the page of this workplace, or if I go to any Facebook page, and nowadays there's this feature called info and ads, I can open up this info and ad and look at their Facebook page here, guys. Right, this is some other post, and this is also some other post, and this is also some other post, and some other post, and other post, other post. Where is this post which I created or which I am seeing in my timeline? It's not there. But where can I find it? I can find it here. Yay. So nowadays Facebook has come up with this new technology where you can see the ads which a Facebook page is doing. Earlier we could not see all the ads. Now I can see the ads which are targeted to whichever audience. Right, look at that. They're even experimenting by the colors. So some places they have pink, purple, blue, all the sorts of colors they're doing. So this is ad testing on Facebook. It doesn't show up on their timeline, but it only shows up in my timeline. Those are dark posts. Is that clear? Why we do that, Divya, is a different question altogether for some other occasion. It's for testing. You always do testing in marketing. There's no one clear solution always. All right, coming back to the assignment. So this is my step one. I decide what do I want to do. Then add business details, which means I hope everyone has already done this in the assignment number 1. Enter the name of the page, start date, phone number, email ID, website associated with that Facebook page. Put in the About Us section. Then comes create the username, again something which we have done. So every Facebook page can have a username which is unique. It also becomes your URL on Facebook, a branded URL. It builds trust with people. Add call to action. No, wait a second. What are we even seeing? Oh shit, this is some other assignment. Kidhar gaya? Step 2, step 1. Okay. Yeah, we were discussing this. Define your Facebook marketing strategy. So first choose your objective, list down the competitors for your business. Okay. These step 2 and 3 I'm going to leave to you. List down the competitor, analyze their Facebook presence. Basically what Digital Vidya is asking you to do is create a list of competitors. So let's say I am a apparel brand for youth and I am launching next month. I need to study my competitors. Who could be my competitors in India? Youth apparel brands in India. So the first thing I need to do is this exercise, which is like what we are doing right now, brainstorm. So it can be HRX and what else? So let's even check out HRX for that matter. Guys, any other youth apparel brand? बेवकूफ, Max, और क्या क्या है? CureFit, Vans, Trends, etc. etc. So I can either go to all of their pages or at least few of their pages and start noticing their posts. This is what Digital Vidya is saying. Say, hey, check out your competition. How many number of total likes do they have? How many posts are they making every week? So for example, this post was made yesterday. This post was also made yesterday. This post which was made yesterday. And on April 9. So in one day they are making 3 posts. But on April 7 they have made only 1 post, and on April 5 they have only 1 post. Again 1 post on April 5, again 1 post on April 5, April 5 4 posts. Then on April 4 they have 1 post, and they have 1 post here on April 2. So this is their pattern. So what you really need to see is what is their pattern, and then start noticing the average number of likes on each of these posts. So there are 115 likes here, 7 comments, 5 shares, 130 likes, 5 comments, 2 shares, 77 likes, 3 shares, 253 likes, 3 comments, 10 shares, 64 likes and a share, 78 likes, 3 shares, 6 comments. So like this you have to notice all these posts, and then what you need to do is see that okay, these picture posts, this particular category of post, right, where they are highlighting one runner, is getting me this much engagement. This is also same, this one runner Ankita is getting, and there's a style to this post. So obviously this is the HRX running squad kind of post. And then you have a media article shared about them, and then you have again another media article shared about them, and another media article. So your job is to see okay, how much engagement are videos getting, how much engagement are pictures getting, or product pictures are getting, So divide them into various categories and start seeing this. You can do the same exercise with any other brand that you like, which you think is competition. So analyze the Facebook presence of your competitors, and that's what you're supposed to list down over here. So first of all, list down the competitors and then analyze the Facebook presence of your competitors. So what are the content categories getting most shares? What are the post type which they have published? Post types resonating most, which means sometimes people have problem understanding what is resonating. It means post type which is getting maximum shares or engagement. And how frequently do they post? So they post almost every second day, right? In the case of HRX, sometimes they post, their frequency is 4 times in a day sometimes, and sometimes it's 0. So it's a little infrequent. It's not a fixed frequency that they have. Then comes my next point, which is understand your audience. Um, so this is where I need to go a little more detailed. I'm going to show you what I do with my brand, and then you can try and replicate it. Of course, there are other templates available, but this is something just with which I work. So when I think of audience, this is what audience means. Who are the audience? For a brand like Wicked Bros, audience can be interior designers, architects, advertising agencies, art lovers, municipalities, college festivals, corporate offices, NGOs, other graffiti artists, hip hop fans, street art fans in the world or in Mumbai or in India. This is what I have compiled because I have been studying this market for a long time, and this is what I have encountered people who engage with us, and this is their profile. They can either be potential clients, or sometimes they cannot be just potential clients. We can only collaborate with them, or maybe they are just people who are going to like my page or post. So for especially for B2C brands, you will find this many times. Not everybody who likes your page or post is directly linked to the buying cycle. Sometimes they just like your brand just because they are friends or they sympathize with your cause. Do you agree? Because a lot of brands face this problem. They're like, hey, I have 1 million people who like my page, but they don't buy anything from me. What is the use of those people? So the use of those people is that they are going to talk about you on social media. They are your lovers on social media. They will share your post, they will comment on your post, they will go to your website and refer to their friends. They might not always be related to your industry or be having enough money to afford your product, but they are very important. Please keep them. They're top of the funnel audiences, very very important. Someday, I don't know when, but they might have some money and they will of course be attracted to your brand whenever the day comes to purchase some other item. So yeah, divide your brand into as many audiences as you can. This data I curated after making my blog or website or having run my business for years, Divya. Of course, in the beginning, you can only think of couple of the different types of audience. So in the beginning, I thought, hey, only hip hop fans are going to like this, or maybe, hey, only art lovers are going to like me. But over a period of time, architects started interacting with us. You never know what kind of audience your brand resonates with. Sometimes you discover them also. Okay, so there's no hard and fast rule on day one. You need to figure out all the audiences. It's a discovery. People discover your brand and you discover people. Works both ways. You're supposed to write two types of information for these people, which is the demographics and the psychographics. What do we mean by demographics of an audience? It means what is their age bracket, what is their gender, where do they live, where are they employed, how much income do they have, um, are there specific job functions do they have, what are the languages they speak. This is my demographics. This is how any marketing agency or marketeer basically thinks, right? And has been thinking for a long time. However, we need to change that as much as possible when we shift our focus to social media, because on social media I don't think it really matters that hey, people live in metros and people can speak these different languages. It's okay, it helps me target some people, but really the stuff which is going to sell my product or service to my audience is my understanding of their behavior. How well do I know the tastes of my audience? What is going on in their heads? Am I able to answer their core queries in life? Like, for example, as an interior designer, um, we can think of various psychographics. So, for example, understand your audiences, come up with content types and categories too. Okay, so when we are again just sticking back to this point about understanding the audience, I can think of them as these subgroups, and then within the subgroups, what good marketers do is that they divide the audience into personas. What is persona? Good designers, filmmakers, storytellers always work with persona, which is they take a name, a persona, they will create a personality, partly based on some real person that they know and partly fictional, which basically represents who they are talking to. So in this case, I have designed this personality of an interior designer called Pooja, who knows how to design her business card. She's good in drawing. She likes photography. She's a possibly extrovert person, very vocal about social issues. There can be an actual Pooja roaming around Mumbai who does all of these things. She's a graduate in interior design and worked for 4 years, lives in Mumbai. She's 29 years old. I'm being very specific about Pooja here, not because it's directly helping me, what can I say, target her as an audience, but she represents this large um group of interior designers, architects, or real estate people who have similar characteristics. For those of you who have known interior designers, architects, or real estate people, can you look at these characteristics and tell me, are we at least 50% correct or 70% correct with what we have tried to denote? This is their characteristic. How many of you know interior designers, architects with similar tastes and habits? Hello? Are you reading it or do you want me to enlarge the screen? See, this was made in combination just by myself also, and actually a previous batch helped me fill in this information. So interior designers, I definitely believe, are jugadu people at work. They can take anything and make it look really pretty in some corner of the room. So yeah, we can change it. We can change her name. We can change her age. We can change her city. But definitely core part of my audience remains this. What it does is, when I'm thinking of what post to write, or what are the questions which she might be thinking in her life, having known these kind of characteristics helps me. It just helps me. It's not going to directly influence something, but it helps me visualize those questions. What are some of those questions? These are some of those questions. Okay, so this is then the next exercise which I do when thinking about topics for my social media, that hey, if I want to create a post for interior designers and architects, I want to write along the lines of, they might be thinking, for example, how to take your design to the next level, or how like lively can a place be made, or how can I use my hobbies to improve my client presentation. Sandeep, good point. From where she gets the inspiration? um, so these are top of the funnel questions. So again, the type of questions also which I now start brainstorming, that hey, what are the things which Pooja might be thinking, she might be thinking, what kind of art do I want in the room, what relevant design can there be for a workplace, or let's say tomorrow if she does decide to go for a graffiti artist, she might want to know how long will the graffiti last, how much time does it take to make a graffiti. So we divide these questions into top of the funnel questions, middle of the funnel questions, and bottom of the funnel questions. Uh, Top of the funnel questions are basically going to be lot of the questions. So for different kind of audiences, there will be different kind of top of the funnel questions. As we keep getting more specific down the funnel, the number of questions reduces, because then everyone wants to know similar kind of things. For example, no matter it is a art lover or a art collector or a municipality or NGO or college festival, they all want to know, hey, how do we take care of the graffiti when it is done, or how much time does it make to make a graffiti, or at least everyone wants to know what are the charges of a graffiti artist. So the more we are in the bottom of the funnel, the more specific those questions are, the more we explore top of the funnel, the more we can have fun with the type of audience we have. So this is how you decide the topics of your content, by getting inside the mind of the audience, by first of all studying who the audience is, what are their behaviors, and then of course even before that you need to know what are the different kinds of audiences possible. And once I've done that, I start writing my blogs. So what I can do is I can just simply copy all these questions, or at least I think I should start with these first. Yes, I copy these questions here and I'm going to put them here. And what am I going to say? This is subcategory of, let's say, FAQ. I'm going to define a category out of this, which is FAQ. So these are the topics of my blogs, and which platform am I going to publish this on? I can start with, let's say, just the blog. Wicked Bros has a blog. And what type of content should there be? There can be video content, stories, it can be a contest, it can be in the form of a GIF or an email or a slideshow. So I start with a blog, or let's say I just put it as website here, and then I say blog here in the category of my content. Are you all following along, guys? You see what I'm doing? I'm creating a list of things which I need to do once I've figured out who my audience is, what is the content that I'm going to create, what form does it need to be. Does it need to be only have to be a blog? Huh? Can I create videos out of this? Right? So then what do? I just simply copy these topics over here and I say video. So now my team knows that okay, we have to create videos also. Or what I can do, I can just simply do a picture series of posts or a slideshow. I can again take the same topics and we can do a slideshow on this. And does it need to be all these questions, do they need to be answered separately? Sorry, video will be published on Facebook. Yeah. And so same goes for slideshow. Can I combine all of these questions into one single video or slideshow? They can be answered in a single video as well, right? Okay, one Samarth is saying can be answered in single video. Sandeep feels no. Vaibhav says maybe. uh, since I am the brand manager, I think I take the decision. I'm going to have one single video because I have limited budget. So these are the kind of considerations we need to do in creating a content plan. That hey, do I have enough budget to be able to afford so many videos? Do I really have a budget to also make slideshows out of it? Like at this point, I don't think I have enough budget or requirement for a slideshow. So I just delete these rows. So yeah, that's what we do. We create a content plan and they can all be part of the FAQ. For blogger who gets 1000 views, how much dollars do I get? I have no idea, Bhargavi. It's something you can ask me at the end of the class about AdSense, but it's genuinely not connected to this topic. Cool. So this is my content plan. So these are some questions which I came up with because I studied my audience, and then there is some information which my own brand wants to push out as well. So for example, as Wicked Bros or as a e-commerce company or as an interior designer, I will have a lot of projects which I have already done which I want to put out in front of people. Whether they want to see it or not, I don't know, but I want to put them out. So what do? I create a list of those topics as well, that hey, these are the different projects we have done, and then what I'm going to do is on so and so date I'm going to publish this. So this can be published on 7th of April, this will be published on 8th of April, and this will be published on 9th of April, and so on and so forth. So I start making a calendar of things. Basically what we are doing here in this content plan is making a calendar of this entire thing. So which topics will be shared in what format, on which date, on which platform, and who is the creation agent for this. So for example, I can assign Divya for one post. For videos, let's say Vaibhav can be a good person who makes amazing videos. So I have a team of 4-5 people. I can decide, do I need to put some budget behind this, right? So in that case, I should pre-plan this. If I have only limited 1 lakh rupees, then in the entire year, or let's say in my entire month, how much money do I have to spend? And if I do have to spend, then on which video or post am I going to spend it on? Already know that. So yeah, that is the point of a content plan, guys. This is your task to create this kind of content plan, and then once you start creating the content and publishing it, you have to measure the performance of the content. I think in previous session we have discussed the insights part, so I think you already know what are some of the metrics with which you can measure your performance. How many engagements did you get, how much reach did each post get, what was the number of impressions. These are some very basic things for top of the funnel, middle of the funnel metrics that you can calculate. Put them all here in the Word format and then upload the file to your um, LMS. That's how you do your assignment. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed today's class. We discussed majorly two things. One was videos on social media, and second was how to do this assignment, what is a content plan, how to think of our audience while telling stories. uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's share the URL with you. This is the feedback link. Just take 30 seconds of your precious time and let me know how was today's session. Type done once you're done with the feedback form. I would love to take up questions with you after that. Those who want to leave, you can leave. Other than that, I'm all yours. You can ask me questions about today and about yesterday, or sorry, about Tuesday's session or before that. In general, any question about your assignments, your social media. PTAT, page turnaround time, Mike. I think that's what it means, right? PTAT, let's search it out. PTAT full form. क्या चीज है? Acha, no. People talking about this. It's a old metric. It's gone now from Facebook. I don't know why it is still here, but this used to be measured by Facebook. Now it is no longer there. How many people are talking about your brand? So you can ignore it completely, Mayank. In any case, it was always an unreliable metric because there's no actual way of knowing how many people are talking about my brand. You can only measure the engagements people have or the stories which are generated because of the engagement that they have. Hey, thanks Anila for that great comment. Always a pleasure. Guys, one small thing before some of you are leaving, if you can share the link of the WhatsApp group here in the chat window once again, so that Namita or some of the other students in the class who have missed out being part of the WhatsApp group of the community of this batch, they can also be part of that. Himanshu has a question. What is the difference between ad center and ad manager, and what is the best way to promote those? Good question. Let me check it out. Ad center is a just summary of your ads available to the page admins, my friend. So ad center is only just for the summary of what is happening with your ads. Whereas ad manager is where you actually create your campaigns. Himanshu, does that answer your question? This is ad center, which you see in front of you. Ads manager is something else where you create the campaigns. Question by Parmesh. Can you review my page and give your insights? Oh wow. Reviewing the page is always this thing. He's got an Instagram page. Namita, these meme songs in case of remix and all does not have copyright issue. uh, I think I'll answer Namita's question very quickly. No, Namita, if you use the song or remix for less than 30 seconds, usually there will not be a copyright issue. If you do use more than 30 seconds, then Facebook and YouTube notify the original owner of that song or piece of sound, and they have the right to either take it down or allow you to continue, but then you won't be able to monetize it. Okay. I hope that answers your question. This page by my friend Parmesh, 350 followers. Snap Snappergram. Okay, he's a photographer, explorer, traveler, adventurer, dreamer, YouTuber. Subscribe to my channel for quality photography content. Okay. So the YouTube channel link is working. Okay, just some suggestions about the first thing that I see. If you are wanting to send people to a link, Parmesh, try and first of all make that link into a link shortener like bit.ly, so that you can measure the number of exact clicks which happened because people clicked on your website URL, right? So you can do something like this. Parmesh, are you listening? So this is bit.ly, link shortener. I would highly encourage you to use this. So you can measure how many people clicked on your link. Another thing is, in your positioning, you have gone full out into a lot of synonyms: dreamer, adventurer, traveler, explorer, photographer. I don't think that much is required. You can also use this space to describe your profession or your skill in a better way, I feel. um, so I don't know what you want to maybe portray over here, like how do you want to position yourself, but just saying you're a photographer is actually quite enough. Then start saying what kind of pictures do you click. Is there a particular style of pictures that you have? Like for example, your pictures, your content is awesome, no doubt. These are amazing pictures, man. Wow, you are into wildlife photography, nature, landscapes. So write that in the description. It will attract more number of people to follow you. So yeah, that's all I can say for now. The rest about your pictures themselves, they are just amazing. I would say start adding captions to them. Okay, you do have captions and a lot of nice little hashtags. Awesome. Uh, Swarn's question: ads on Facebook and Insta can be both paid and free. No, Swarn, how can there ever be free ads? I don't understand. Like an ad you showed sometime before, a sponsored tag, which is a paid one, I think. Absolutely, anything which says sponsored is paid ad. Swarn, there's no free ad. Posts can be organic and paid, right? When it becomes paid, it becomes an ad. But ad in itself basically means you paid money for it. I hope that answers your question. Google Blogger is good to do or WordPress is good to do, sir? Bhargavi, I feel WordPress is a better way of going ahead because it offers you many more themes and much more control with plugins. And yeah, that's basically the main reason why you should be using WordPress. It's a standard industry interface. Tomorrow, if you hire somebody who's an experienced blogger, they would have fun with WordPress rather than Google Blogger. Namita, how can you quickly create a base of? Yeah, exactly. For the Yoast plugin, also Bhargavi, you need the WordPress. Namita's question: how can you quickly create a base of 500 followers without inviting friends? So, Namita, there is one way, one short way of doing that, which is you're a celebrity. Okay, I'm not kidding you. Celebrities, or if you have a lot of PR around you, is going to help you get 500, 700,000, whatever number of followers immediately. Like this girl, Priya Warrior, I don't know if you remember, she had like, didn't even have an Instagram account earlier. And then the moment that meme with the wink became viral, in like couple of days, she had millions of followers. So that is one short way which raises your number of followers. Other than that, it's always going to be a struggle, in the sense it can take few months to achieve that 500 followers, and for that you have to do all sorts of techniques. There has to be a combination. Is ads the way I meant? I would say no. Namita, don't do ads. Trust me, do your best in creating the amazing story content or doing organic ways of creating those followers. Ads is literally the last resort. It's the last resort which you should have. Like, if you have to pay to get number of followers, it's not a good thing. I would never recommend that. So yeah, only do that if, let's say, you're working for a really prestigious brand and your boss is behind you that hey, we need number of followers in 2 months. Then it's okay. Then your brand has a budget. Then you can assign some budget for the paid ads. But for your personal profile or your personal business, doing paid ads to get followers is not good. There are so many other things you can do. For example, use the hashtags, get shout outs from important people. Even that is important. Namita, if you ask me, number one strategy of getting huge number of followers quickly is getting shout outs from important influencers in your domain or region. It's just one step short of being famous yourself. So influence the influencers is what I would say. Go to events, hang out with influencers, make friends with them, make them give you shout outs. For example, I'll just give you one small example of this strategy. I don't know if this is a conscious or not, but there is this guy called Abhiyan Now who's very famous. In the last 2 years, I've seen him grow from 40,000 followers to now 112,000 followers on Instagram. He's a travel writer and photographer. And this guy is friends with this girl, and this is millennial ladki. Okay, this girl had some 1,000, 1,500 followers 6 months ago, and for the last 6 months she's been roaming around with Abhinav in Shimla and accompanying him to trips across the mountains, and he keeps featuring her in all these stories. In fact, half of these pictures are clicked by him, and see the number of followers now. Of course, she must have done so many other things as well, but if you get featured on a channel like Abhiyan Now for every fifth post, then the number of followers you have is bound to go up, because people will be curious, hey, who is this person who is being featured again and again in these pictures? And then they're going to go to your profile, and then they'll see, hey, this person is unique, and you also have your own story, and of course they will start following you. Make sense? Okay. Other questions which we have: how to measure the traffic generated in website, Mayank? Very simple, man. You do that using Google Analytics, which your own website. Huh? You cannot measure the traffic on other people's website, Mayank. Are you able to hear me? The only way of knowing how many people went to somebody else's website is, let's say you're using something like this Bitly. So day before yesterday, an article of mine got published in a magazine called Indian Graffiti Magazine, and I bitlied that link and shared it with my friends that, hey, my interview got published here and there. And then since then 128 people have gone to that website. This I can know. And how many went from email, how many went from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, this also I know. But I can't measure all the traffic on their website. If I want to measure all the traffic on somebody's website, it can only be on my website, and it happens through Google Analytics. There is a special module in Digital Vidya which is there for web analytics and tracking. So there you will be going through a more rigorous introduction to this Google Analytics, how to measure your goals, how to measure traffic, how to optimize your website performance using the data that you see here. I hope that answers your question, Mike. Parmesh, so on the topic, if I have some celebrity friends, what is the best way to make use of their fame to get eyes on my page? Parmesh, I think I already spoke at length or gave you an example about that, right? Okay, I hope you got my point. What has to be done? You have to chill out with those people. You have to collaborate with them. That's how you're going to get featured in their blog. Bhargavi, Google Blogger is automatic SEO process. Yeah, it can be. Bhargavi, again, depends on what you want to do in life in general. Like, if SEO is the only thing you want to do, then fine, go ahead with that. It's just my personal preference that ease of use WordPress is better. You also say, I want to sell the product from Amazon. Can able to post the Amazon link on Facebook ads? Absolutely, Bhargavi, you can do that. You can list your product on Amazon and you can put that link in your Facebook ads, and you can run an ad and see how many people go and buy it. Of course, my tip would be use the Google Bitly again, just to keep track of how many people are going to your Amazon using the ads. Apart from the Facebook data, this is going to be a second check for you, because of course Amazon very rarely shares the number of traffic which is coming to your website or through which sources it is coming from. Okay, any other question? Nivedita, I have a page in Instagram, but then it only focuses on a particular type of audience. How do I reach out to more number of people? Nivedita, are you still there in the class? Okay, I don't know exactly which audience you are reaching out to, but my opinion is that reaching out to one particular audience is not a bad thing. In fact, it's the ideal thing to do for all marketers. Even if it means that it is limited to 5 to 10,000 people, then it's perfectly fine, as long as you can create a high engagement rate in that circle. It's a page about movies and art and culture. I don't see any reason why you should be limited to a particular audience, Nivedita. It's such a huge audience, people who are interested in the three things which you just mentioned. Yeah, even if it is about reviews. Like, maybe I think reaching out to more people means reviewing more popular art, culture, movies. Yes, if you start reviewing, let's say, things like Interstellar, or if you start reviewing Salman Khan movies, I think you have a better chance of reaching a big audience. I think you're reviewing the wrong sort of movies. Nivedita, ever tried Salman Khan movie reviews? Yeah, so that's what I thought as well. It's no crappy stuff, but only English classic and Bollywood, some of it. So I completely get your point, Nivedita. So that's what I was just coming to. That see, whenever we increase our audience size, whenever we start making content for everyone, there will be a dilution in the content or story. We have to be more inclusive. We need to shed our tone of voice. Like for example, let's say reviewing old English classic movies, you might want to use the word noir, if you know what I mean, the French cinema, NOIR, right? But if I start using that kind of word the moment I start reviewing Salman Khan movies, then I think I'm going to lose my audience. There itself, there's no point. So it's a trade off. What do I want? Quality versus scale, something like that. Plus, I think there's a very large audience for whatever you are reviewing. It's pretty big enough. Exactly. You should have more people from the west side. Even in Indian side, you can have people from urban cities. If you have like start going to these places where again like see guys, you have to understand when you're doing social media and trying to be an influencer, whether it is reviewing movie blogs or being a photographer or being story writer, whatever, just staying on social media and hoping that you will increase the number of followers is always not a great strategy. I think somebody, Namita, asked me this question: what are the things we can do to increase our followers? One of the things is actually start going physical, interact with offline communities. There is such a huge market. So if you interact with these offline communities, like for example for Nivedita, going to a stand-up comic show or a flea market in Bangalore or Mumbai or Delhi is going to make perfect sense. Or if you go to this place called Jashn Rekhta, I think, which happens in December, it has a very niche movie cinema going audience. Or you can go to FTII meetups if you're in Pune. So just giving you some tips. Even offline works when you want to increase your followers online. Um, Couple of other questions. Swarn says, I need a help. I've signed up in Snapchat, but it cannot be opened in PC. Is this platform just for Android? Sorry. So I'm not really sure about Snapchat, Swarn, but there are uh, applications which can run Android apps. So Snapchat, Instagram, they were designed for phone only, but there's nothing stopping us from running them on desktop, for which we need to first be able to support Android apps on our desktop, which means there is a interface we need to install, which means we have to search something like running Android apps on desktop or on Windows, let's say. I think that's so. You have quite a lot of these emulators, Android emulators on PC. You can go and check out some of these links. I'm pretty sure I think they should be able to run Snapchat. Okay, Swarn. I don't think you will be able to get all the features of the phone version on the desktop version, but you can try it out. Swarn, I hope I answered your question there. Hmm. Some other questions. Bhargavi, in Facebook, viral videos, how to search? Okay, how to search viral videos in Facebook? Even I don't know, man. Like, uh, let's try it out. Popular videos today or this week. So, graph search is pretty handy. I think you can do this. This is pretty simple enough, Bhargavi. Facebook itself gives you popular across Facebook today. Okay. ये 2017 का वीडियो दिखा रहा है मेरे को. Popular videos this week. उसमें भी मेरे को 2017 का वीडियोस दिख रहा है. By date 2019. Yeah, this is something which I can see. There's also the watch page, na? We can also see the videos on watch wala section. So here it's already there. Like latest videos I can see, top videos for you. These are all popular videos only which Facebook is figuring it out and showing it to me. मिर्च को ढूंढो. अच्छा. Neat little trick. Wow. Hey guys, the next question. Swan, how views in YouTube are counted? Isn't counted double if a person view a single video more than one time in a single time slot session? See, YouTube videos are counted per session, yeah. So per session it will be counted. If you, I think your question is one after the other. If I view the video, is it going to be counted multiple times? I won't be able to answer that question, Swan. I think YouTube does wait for you to log in again after a few minutes to be able to start counting it as a view. At least that's what it does with Google Analytics when it wants to measure the number of sessions which you have on your website. This is something you need to search on your own, Swan. In my opinion, it doesn't count the view twice if you just watch it one after the other. You need to wait for a few minutes for the next session to begin or to log in again to be able to have a second video view. How much budget should we plan for a beginner? Zero is my opinion. Swan, you're asking about Facebook marketing, right? For ads, yeah, you shouldn't do ads in the beginning. You should just try with organic reach as much as possible, and if you want to do the ads, then do 100 rupees a day. So let's do one campaign for 1 week which is 100 rupees a day, which means let's say we have 700 rupees spent or 500 rupees. Doing these small campaigns in the beginning is going to throw us light and give us confidence about what are the different targeting options, what kind of results can I hope to achieve. But for that you also need to restrict your demography. Do only ads in Delhi or do ads only in Indore. If you target too many cities, have too many audiences set up in the beginning with a small budget, you're not going to be able to reach all of them. Swarn? So in the beginning, less number of cities, less number of audiences, less budget, 100 rupees a day is fine. And then slowly and steadily, when you have more confidence, keep increasing the budget and the audiences and the demographics, or depending on what the campaign is. Is that cool? Uh, Bhargavi has a question. I have made a video and uploaded it into YouTube. Can able to upload the same video into Facebook? Absolutely, you can upload it to Facebook, Bhargavi. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Yeah, please go ahead. Increase the number of views that you have. Putting it in both the places is just going to increase your chances of getting more views. What is spread the word in Facebook, sir? Can able to create the like this. What do you mean spread the word? I'm not able to understand your question. Okay, I can get the link. Swarn has a question in the meanwhile. Should we do ads anytime on a day? Is there any way to understand the best time slot for posting ads? Uh, Swarn, when you're setting up a campaign on Facebook, you do have an option to set particular time slots for doing an ad campaign. For example, if I'm Zomato, I can do ads in the, let's say, in the evening from 7 to 10. Or if I am, let's say, a late night delivery service, I will start doing my ads only between 12 to 5 in the morning. If you have a very specific requirement, or if you think your audience is only active at a particular time slot, then you try and define the time of the day. Otherwise, usually for long campaigns or for more effective campaigns, we let Facebook figure out how to show the ads. Facebook will automatically optimize our ad performance based on the audience we have set. Okay, Swarn? Yeah. Bhargavi, groups spread the word Hyderabad. What is spread the word? An inspiring and enterprising conclave from successful leaders, parents and students. 3,000 rupees early bird fee, ad mappers, edge pair, Park Hayat, 13th April. Group created in this spread the word Hyderabad is a community where one can post the requirements and interested people can get in touch with them or refer someone, become a member and then promote your own fan page or a business here on all next on business lasting relation, give members. uh yeah, you can do this. No one's stopping you from doing this, Bhargavi. Join this group and you can post about your page. So these are small communities which are created all across social media. They're basically called pods. So it's just mutually agreed between all the members in this group that their sole purpose of connecting with each other is to promote their businesses and Facebook pages. It's not the best strategy in life, because tomorrow if Facebook decides this is not according to their community guidelines, which 90% it's not, and it can get shut down, then you will be in bit of a trouble, because you're basing your entire strategy on something flimsy like this. But yeah, it's a short-term strategy. You can use it and get a lot of benefit as well. Swarn, for YouTube, I asked for a single video. How the views counted of a single video, not seeing one after. For the single video, Swarn, as I said, it counts 30 seconds. Approximately, it doesn't say exactly how much. So video view seconds on YouTube, it's approximately around 30 seconds. If a person sees 2 times a video within 30 seconds, so you mean to say if the video is less than 30 seconds, right? If the video is 15 seconds long, then you end up seeing it 2 times in 30 seconds. Well, in that case, the video view is going to be counted for less than 30 seconds, no, my friend? One single video view cannot be 30 seconds in that case. It means for 15 seconds itself, you've seen the entire video. Good night, Mac. Bye bye. Means paused, went back again, opened to see. तो फिर एक ही होगा स्वर्ण, वीडियो व्यू. Let's read this. YouTube's definition of a view is a viewer initiated the intentional play of a video. In the early years of YouTube, a view count would increase whenever the video was loaded. Fewer than 300 video views will not affect YouTube's website. This method of view count is fine for low view count. So it's a little complex in terms of how they keep evolving this strategy. I don't know. Yeah, so this we know that watching the video multiple times is going to add to my video count. But Swarn, your question that somebody was watching a video, paused it, and then went back again to see the same video, I think that's just one video view, right? Why would it be two video views? You're watching the same video, whether it's paused or not doesn't matter. Bhargavi, can able to show me the uploading of the video in Facebook, sir? Bhargavi, you can upload the video. There's nothing, no rocket science about it. You can go to your home and you can just upload the video here. Choose whatever video you want. For example, this is the video. Here I choose it, gets uploaded, and I share it. It's as simple as that. Done. So I need to now delete this because I definitely don't want my followers seeing this little video which I just uploaded it. What kind of video should I post on my page? My blog is about resorts. Webhub says there are kinds of videos you can upload on your page. Webhub, we just discussed a little while ago the digital marketing strategy of thinking about your audience, who the audience is, what kind of content do they want, how will you decide what type of things are they thinking, and then decide, okay, should I create a video about this, should I create a video about that. Like, that's what it's an internal exercise. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I'm going to log off now. I hope you all enjoyed the session. Those who are still here, I see you all on Tuesday. And please come with your questions prepared in advance. I'm really amazed at the number of questions everyone has been asking me, which means that you're really curious bunch of people and are enjoying these sessions, which is good news for me. uh, so yeah, continue this and enjoy your weekend, and see you all on next Tuesday. Bye bye, take care. Bhargavi has a question. Can you able to show me uploading the video in Facebook? I just did in front of you, Bhargavi. I just uploaded a Facebook video right in front of you. You can watch the recording once again if you still haven't understood. Okay, bye bye. Take care.